What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another game breakdown video on the channel. Before I hop into this one, I just would like to ask you guys if you could drop a like or a comment based on the pick I make. If you like it, you don't like it, whatever you think about the pick, I'd appreciate a comment. Also, a like would help me out a ton, and if you enjoy the content and like the picks that I've been making and have had success with those picks, I'd appreciate it if you subscribed. It would mean a lot, and it would really help out the channel. Now, getting into Game 2 of the Bucks versus the Celtics, let's take a look at the numbers. The Bucks offensively are top 5 in the NBA in points per game. They also play pretty fast pace, as we saw in the first game, so they're going to get a ton of shots up. However, they're not great from the free throw line. Giannis in particular, I know during the broadcast in the last game they said he was up from last year at 72% this year, but he still struggled at times to make free throws. So that might play a factor late in the game if it's close. Defensively, they're giving up about 111 points per game. Again, they're fast-paced, so consequence is that they're going to give up a lot of shots. So Boston's going to have some opportunities to score some points. They don't defend the three very well, and they do successfully prevent their opponents from getting to the free throw line. So there's a plus for the Bucks defense. The Celtics, offensively, they're not the fastest-paced team, but they're not exactly slow-paced. They're right around the middle of the league in terms of pace. They shoot well from inside the three-point line, but outside the three-point line, they're average. And they struggle to get to the free throw line. So the Bucks do a good job preventing their opponents from getting to the free throw line, and the Celtics struggle to get there. So don't expect the Celtics to shoot many free throws in Game 2. Defensively, the Celtics are second in the league in points allowed at just under 105 points per game. Ton of defensive categories that they're ranked first in the league in. However, for how good their defense is, they don't force a ton of turnovers. So it was interesting. They did in the first quarter against the Bucks force a lot of turnovers, but then the Bucks kind of settled in. They were able to kind of dominate for the rest of the game. So it should be interesting. Then kind of going back to Game 1, Tatum and Brown did not perform very well. I would expect that to change quite a bit this game. I mean, Tatum had less than 10 points in the first half. He's got to be their leading scorer. And Jaylen Brown just could not shoot anything from outside the arc. We got to expect him to make a couple shots in this game. So that'll drive the Celtics point total up, probably make it a closer game, make it a bit more competitive. But again, the Bucks just give the Celtics problems in terms of size in the paint. The Celtics can't really match that. And Giannis is currently the best player in the world. Like, if you watch that game and disagree, you're crazy. No one can defend him, and he can guard anyone on the floor defensively. So my picks for this game are going to be Bucks +4 and the over of 215.5. I know the over in the last game was not even close, but again, I think that was due to the Celtics being a bit shell-shocked throughout that game and getting dominated by the Bucks. I'd expect the Celtics to be at home Game 2, and they're going to come out and play with a little bit of fire. They might have expected to come out and win that game because they were the home team, but I think they realize if they don't win Game 2, they're going to be in some trouble. So they're at least going to compete, make it close, which I think should result in a bit more points scored. I think based on the pace of each team and just the overall offense of each team, I think over 215.5 is not a bad bet. I'm much more confident in the Bucks +4 because if you watch the last game, I mean, the Bucks just look like the better team. I know they're on the road, and 4 points is a lot, especially to the defending world champions. So if you're going to go with the pick, go with Bucks +4, and if you like the over, I would take that too.